Good morning class. I hope you all are fine. Today we are starting with the next chapter of civics, chapter number 5, elections. So first of all, elections, its meaning and its significance. Okay, elections, what are elections? Election is the main vehicle through which modern representative democracy moves, through which this democratic form of government is running. Okay, through the elections we elect our government, and this modern representative, this democracy is running. Okay, it is the main vehicle. So it is, these are elections. It is a contest between or amongst candidates in an electoral constituency to win the majority vote in order to be elected. So it is, you can say that elections, they are a contest. Okay, like we are standing in a contest. Okay, we are participating in a contest. So we are in a contest to win. Na? So these elections, they are also a type of contest among those people or between those people, those who are participating as a candidate in the elections. So to win these elections, they need majority votes. Okay, in order to be elected, means if they want to win these elections, they will have to win majority of votes. Then democracy is a government of the people, for the people and by the people. Now democracy is of the people, means democracy, it is a government of the people. Okay, and for the people, it is working for the people, and by the people means it is chosen by the people. The people are the real source of sovereign power in a democracy. Real source means they are the real creator. They have created this power. Okay, they have given power to the, they have given authority to the government in democracy. The voters express their opinion and take part in the democratic process through elections. Here the voters, those who vote, okay, the voters, they express their opinion, means they give their judgment how by taking part in this democratic process through elections. When elections are there, they give their vote and they give their judgment for whom they want to vote. Hence the significance of elections in democracy is self-evident. The significance, or you can say the importance of elections in democracy, it is self-evident, means everybody is clear. Okay, that is clear that everybody who is above 18 years, they will vote, they will elect the government. Okay, they will only select that to whom they want to win. In a democracy, elections are held periodically. Okay, they are held periodically, means after the limited time period, that is after 3 to 5 years. Some elections are held after 3 years also, and some after 5 years, as may be provided in the constitution, as the time period that is given in the constitution. For example, Indian Lok Sabha and state assemblies are elected for 5 years. The time period for Lok Sabha and state assemblies is 5 years. So is the case with the British House of Commons. British House of Commons is also for 5 years. The US House of Representatives is elected for 2 years, while the Indian Rajya Sabha is a permanent house with 1/3 members retiring every 2 years. In Rajya Sabha, 1/3 members are retired after every 2 years, and on the place of that 1/3 members, again the members are re-elected. Then kinds of elections: direct and indirect. Elections are of several kinds. Example, the general election, the mid-term election, and the by-election. But these fall under the two broad kinds of election. Example, see, two main kind of elections, direct or indirect. We are having various kinds of elections or several kinds of elections, like general elections are there, mid-term elections, by elections are there, but two broad kinds of elections are direct elections and indirect elections. Direct elections, in direct elections, the voters cast their vote directly in favor of the candidate of their choice. In direct elections, we, the voters, the citizens of India, they cast their vote. Okay, they give their vote to the candidate they want. Okay, to to the candidate whom they want for themselves, they directly give their vote to that candidate of their own choice. There is no middleman between the voter and the candidate, means there is no any middleman, you can say like an agent na. So there is no any middleman between the voter and the candidate. The voter knows that who is the candidate and for whom we are voting. A candidate who gets simple majority of votes is declared elected, and who gets majority of votes, okay, who win with more votes, the person or that candidate is elected. This is regarded as the best form of elections, and this is the best form of election. This system prevails in India for the elections to the Lok Sabha. This system, it is succeeded in India, it goes in India for the Lok Sabha elections, state legislative and the local bodies. Some indirect elections are also there. In the indirect elections, the voter does not elect the candidate directly. The voter, it does not elect for the candidate directly. He votes for a middleman. Means there is a middleman. Someone is there who is here, the real candidate. On his place, some other person is there. Okay, some other candidate is there who votes for the final candidate on behalf of the original voter. Means original voter are the people who we are voting. So he will give our final decision to the final candidate. Okay, so middleman is there between us. As such, there is no direct contact between the original voter and the final member who represents him. Between the final candidate and the voter, there is no any relation or not any contact is there between them. Okay, this system prevails in India in the election of the president, vice president, members of the Rajya Sabha and state legislative council. So this system is succeeded for president, for the elections of president, vice president, members of Rajya Sabha and state legislative councils. For example, the president of India is indirectly elected by an electoral college. Okay, they are elected by electoral college. In that college, it consists of MPs are there and MLAs are there. They vote on their behalf. Okay, they are the voters to elect the president. So MPs and MLAs are the voters to elect the president of India on behalf of the people. On means on the behalf of voters or on the behalf of people. Like this, the vice president is also elected indirectly by the members of both the houses of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, assembled at a joint meeting. Assembled means to get together. They have come together for a joint meeting to elect the vice president. But in president's elections, there is no joint assemblage. When there are elections for president, there is no joint assemblage, means there are no meetings, nothing is there of MPs and MLAs. MPs and MLAs, they don't come together, they don't have a get together and then they do discussion. No, they go to their respective state legislative houses and cast their vote in the state capital. Okay, for what state, whichever state is there, and for what state which we are having the capitals, they vote there. Okay, they themselves vote there. Counting of the vote for the presidential election is done at the national capital. When president is elected, so the counting of the votes is done in the national capital. National means India is a nation, so its capital is New Delhi. So the counting of the votes is done in New Delhi by the Election Commission of India. Then general elections. The Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabhas in the states are normally elected every 5 years, which is known as general election. Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabhas, they are normally elected after 5 years. They are having their voting after every 5 years. So these are known as general elections. By elections, if a representative from a constituency, means if any candidate from any group dies while in office, okay, when he is in office, means he is at work, he is still on his duty, or if the office falls vacant, if the office is vacant because of some reasons like anybody has resigned from his position, okay, fresh elections are held in that particular constituency. Only in that area fresh elections will be held. Again the elections will be done. Such an election is called by-election. Then mid-term elections. If the Lok Sabha or any any of the state assemblies is dissolved, means dismissed, if they are dismissed before the expiry of its full term, means when their time period is getting over. So because before the time period, if any members are dismissed, if they are disqualified, okay, if they are dismissed before the expiry of its full term and elections are held to constitute a new house, then they have to make a new house. So the again elections are held, it is called mid-term elections, means in the middle of the term, before the time period gets over. Then constituency, its meaning, kinds and delimitation. Delimitation means limits, what are the limits they are having. For elections, the entire country is divided into fixed electoral areas, means when elections are going on, the whole country, it is divided into electoral areas. Areas are divided with the body of registered voters, means everybody is having their own registered voters, okay. Like we are in Haryana, so we will vote for Haryana only, na. So everybody is having their own registered voters. These areas are called constituencies. So these areas are known as constituencies. Each constituency elects a representative from a state assembly. So each constituency, they elect their own candidates for a state assembly for their own state. 5 or 6 assembly constituencies are grouped together to make a parliamentary constituency. When 5 or 6 state, okay, when 5 or 6 assembly constituencies are grouped together from different states, then they make parliamentary constituency. Efforts are made to keep the size of all the constituencies equal as far as possible. They are trying their best that every constituency is having equal number of voters or equal number of members. Some constituencies are reserved for scheduled caste or tribes. Some areas are there that are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe peoples. These are called reserved constituencies. So they are already reserved, so they are known as reserved constituencies, in which only candidates from scheduled caste or scheduled tribe can contest. They can only take part, and there is no general candidate, and there will be no any other candidate of any other community. The whole country is equally divided into 545 constituencies. So 545 areas are there in which the whole country is divided, okay. So 545 areas are there. So I hope that this much is clear to you, beta. Now next we will start with the election commission in the next video. Till then, revise this and be safe at home. Bye bye.